Hello everyone, my name is Erin and I'm the chair of the Southern Branch of the Irish Patchwork Society. In 2015, we started our Block of the Month project in February of 2015, continued it throughout the year, and I am currently, as a project during the summer, going back and creating slideshow presentations to post to YouTube, just for the general membership. So anybody who wants to learn how to make this block can. I am going to show you September's block today, and it is the Spools Block. So let's get started. This is what the block looks like when you are all done constructing it. It looks like 4 spools of thread. There's a few variations which you will see when I show you. But this is the variation I like. I kind of like that pinwheel look in the center personally. So let's start with our cutting instructions. From your background fabric, and in my example it's white fabric, you're going to need 16 2-inch squares and 8 2 by 3.5 inch rectangles. From your thread fabric, which I used kind of those scallopy fabrics, you're going to need 4 3.5 inch squares. And just a note with mine, I cut mine on the bias because the scallops were just they were more on grain, and because I kind of wanted them to look like thread wrapped around the spools, I liked the look of the fabric being on the bias, so those lines of the scallops were on the bias. So just do whatever you think looks great for your spool. That's what I did for mine. And then for the spool fabric, I used kind of like a tan floral. You're going to need 8 2 by 6.5 inch rectangles. So using the background fabric, you're going to use a marking pen of choice, and you're going to draw a line from corner to corner. You're going to do that with all of those little background squares. And then you're going to place those little background squares on the spool fabric and sew on the line. And you're going to want to make sure to have the lines going in opposite directions. Basically, you're forming the spool with this assembly of this unit, so just keep that in mind. Once you sew on the line, you're going to trim the excess fabric away, leaving 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then you're going to press open, and you're going to repeat and make a total of 8 spool components. So then you're going to take the thread fabric, and again, you can see more how I cut that square on the bias, so it would look more like thread was wrapped around. You're going to take that thread fabric and sew it to the background 2 by 3.5 inch rectangles. You're going to make a total of 4 of these thread components. You're going to grab those spool components that you made in the first step. You're going to grab 2 of those for each thread component, and then you're going to lay out your spool. You'll see how it looks more like a spool of thread now. And then you're going to sew those 2 spool units to the thread unit and then press. You're going to make a total of 4 of these units. Next, you're going to decide on your layout, and this is where I'm going to show you some different layouts you can have. So this is what I ultimately ended up with. I like it, but you may decide that you'd like to go with 2 spools horizontal and 2 spools vertical, or you could stack your spools like this one. It's just up to you, however you like. But once you do that, once you figure out your layout, you're gonna just sew it together like a 4-patch. So you're gonna sew the units that are in the rows together, and then make sure that you press in alternate directions, and then you're gonna sew that center seam. And here you go. Here's your finished block. One thing you can think about, instead of maybe cutting your fabric on the bias, you can have some thread variation by using improvisational piecing. And so I took, for this block, 3 different pink fabrics and just kind of laid them together and sewed how I thought I wanted to sew, and just improvisationally pieced the thread units, and did the same with 4 pieces of blue, gray, and black fabric. And so that's the Spools block. There's a lot of interpretation that you can do with this block. If you would like to see other quilts and tutorials made from this block, check out our Pinterest website. You can find the link to that from our website, which is www.ipscork.com. The Pinterest site you can find by looking on the right hand side of our website, and there is a little P in a square, a red square. Just click on that and it'll take you to our Pinterest site. You can find Pinterest boards for all of our blocks of the months from February of 2015 until today. And you'll see a lot of quilts there from the Spools block. And if you want to download the materials for this block or any of the other blocks, you can find those at our website. There is a tab at the top that says Block of the Month Project, and you'll just click on the year that you want. And if you have any questions that aren't answered by either this slideshow presentation or the downloadable materials, you can email me at corkips@gmail.com. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.